Empowering youth with visual impairment.
Smart art. Smart art is not inherently accessible. Avoid using smart art as the only means to communicate information. Text within smart art does not appear in outline view and cannot always be read by screen readers. Consider using content placeholder text boxes, which are built within the slide master, and added shapes that are marked decorative and meet color contrast requirements. We will review an example on slide 28. If smart art is used to help illustrate information on the slide, ensure it has appropriate alt text. We will review an example on slide 29. Smart art alternative number 1, student-directed IEP continuum. Showing on the screen is an IEP continuum, which includes 6 text boxes. These text boxes illustrate a continuum of low student involvement to high student involvement in the IEP process. The text reads, IEP takes place without student present. Student is present with minimal participation or preparation. Student is present with some participation. Student is present and actively participates. Student attends and takes responsibility for one piece of the process. And then last, student leads and directs some or all aspects of the process. In the back of this illustration is an arrow pointing from left to right. The bottom of the slide, I have the cited resource listed, Toma and Wayman, 2010. Let's discuss how I built this slide in an accessible format where all information shows on outline view. Starting off in normal view, my first step is to go to View and Slide Master. My goal is to build out a template in Slide Master for the slide that I would like to build with this information. Within Slide Master, I have built a layout slide using placeholders. From within Slide Master, I used text placeholders. At the top of the slide, I do have the section for the slide title. Then I have the 6 text placeholders. And then I have a text placeholder for the illustration's reference. Now that I have built the foundation for this slide, I can go back into normal view. I select where I want to add the slide. In the Home tab, I'll select New Slide, and then I will select the template that I just built. From here, I will add the slide title, and I will add the text that goes in each one of these text placeholder boxes. I will also add the reference for this illustration. From here, I can also use the Insert and then navigate to Shapes, and I can select shapes that I would like to use to build out this visual. On the slide I built, I created a shape for each text box that I was going to highlight. To ensure all the shapes were a similar size, I right-clicked on the shape, I went to Format Shape, and I was able to use the Size and Property tool to review the height and width of each of my shapes. Additionally, I ensured that each of my shapes were marked decorative. So I right-clicked, I went to View Alt Text, and I marked them as decorative. You'll want to ensure that the content within your content placeholder that you built in Slide Master is showing in the foreground. Occasionally, on the shape, I would need to select the shape and then send it backward so that the text appeared. The final step that you will take is to ensure that the reading order is correct. So I'm going into the search bar and I'm typing reading order. All items I have marked decorative may appear at the top of the reading order, but they are not checked, so they will not be read. If I navigate down to the checked items, I can verify that the slide content will read in a logical order, starting off with the title of the slide, and then moving from left to right all the text content boxes. And the last item on this slide that is red is the reference. Now I want to check to verify that all the content on this slide is showing in outline view. So I'm going to go to the View tab and I'm going to select Outline View. I can see that each of the text placeholders that I added in SlideMaster are appearing in outline view and reading in a logical order. Let's look at another example of an alternative to SmartArt. In this example, SmartArt alternative number 2, student-directed IEP continuum, instead of adding all of the important content on this slide into content text placeholders, I added all the information into one content text placeholder within a bulleted list, and then as a complement to the content that I have included in this slide, I created a SmartArt illustration. This SmartArt illustration will not show up in outline view, but it serves to complement content which is already available on this slide. Let's take a closer look. I can see that all of my bulleted information, which is conveying the student-directed IEP continuum, does appear on the outline view. The SmartArt that I included does not appear on the outline view, but it serves just to complement the information I've already provided in an accessible format on the outline view. I need to ensure, however, that this SmartArt has appropriate alt text. So I select the SmartArt, I right-click, I select View Alt Text. My alt text reads, arrow pointing to the right, including text that reads low student involvement, increased student involvement, and student leadership. This alt text is short and is appropriate for this slide.
Visit us at empowervi.org.